the show. Thank you for tuning in. We're here on season 2 where we're talking about just embracing the journey that you're on and being intentional about that. We're talking about different ways you can do that through finance, through the seasons of the unknown, walking by faith, and the periods of transition and separation. Today on the show, we're going to talk about redefining your journey and what that looks like. And I have a great friend of mine that I've known since USC Aiken, since the good old days, since when we were figuring it out. So CMetro is what he goes by, but I'm gonna keep it right there. But Rona Media CEO, Leo does it all. And I'm so proud to have him on my show because not only has he helped me in my work and my brand, he's done it for a lot of people. You might have seen him on and know of him of the Million Man March in Columbia, South Carolina. But I know him from my college days, and I'm so proud to just have him here. And I wanted to bring him on the show because working in a field of entrepreneurship is you get a lot of no's. You get a lot of people questioning, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing what you're doing? And I wanted to have him inspire you all just to let you know that, go after your vision. Whatever you're doing, go after it because nobody can define your destiny. And like we say here on a Journey with Giselle, only you can define your destiny. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to CMetro to allow him to introduce himself, tell us a little bit about what you do, and we'll go ahead and get into the show. Turn it over to you.
First of all, thank you for having me on the show. It's an honor, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I go by CMetro. My real name is Leo Jones. So I majored in fine and visual arts. And once I got out of school at USC Aiken, I started just helping people brand and market their self and formulate plans that's essentially good for them. And I just try to help people get to where they need to go,
So, with that, you said you started there. So what did you do? Tell the people at USC Aiken kind of how did you brand yourself? What did that look like when you began?
So by the time I got to Aiken, I was making music. But I was making music way before I got to Aiken, probably since I was like 12. So by the time I got to Aiken, I just had to, orchestrate a little bit more of a marketing and branding approach because nobody knew me there. I was one of the only people that was from Columbia during that time at Aiken. But promotion for me, marketing and branding for me looked like saving up some money, getting T-shirts, selling them on campus and things like that. Um, Taking the music before the Instagram and social media was prominent because we was there way before the internet was what it was now. And just ultimately just pushing it on there and just kept putting myself out,
Putting yourself, taking those steps. So, you had to put yourself out there and you probably got some no's. What did you do? Like, what did you do when you got those no's or people you passing your t-shirts out and telling them, a little bit about yourself? Because you were your own brand, right? You and your team,
Yeah.
you were your own brand. But, what did your struggles look like? What did that look like for you?
Well, I kind of always orchestrated my brand and my business to a point where nobody can really tell me no. And by the time the people that was telling, I was only focusing on the people I knew was going to tell me yes, right? So that was always one of those things. If I knew I had 5, 10 people that really supported what I had going on, I wouldn't go to a group of people that I knew didn't like me. I would go to those 5, 10 people and market and sell to them. And those 5 or 10 people started telling 5 or 10 people, and then over the years, it's got bigger and bigger, right? So, I never want to see nobody, focus on, I guess, the people that's not accepting their product or accepting their brand. You got to start at one person. If you got 5 people, focus on those 5 people, right? So I think the hardest part for me was just to stay true to myself. That's very hard in the beginning when you don't have that support. And support is just somebody telling you, hey, continue to do what you're doing, right? You got to have that will to do it without somebody telling you that. And that was the hardest part for, I guess, me and anyone to obtain.
Right, right. And, even in my own, brand and with my wellness brand BCA, and just, I remember being told, like you said, like going to those people that you know are going to say yes. When I'm training people, reaching out there, but it's not just about going to them. You said something very key that I really want to emphasize, and that is just having that own will within yourself, because
Yeah,
you have to believe in yourself. Like, if you don't believe in yourself, like, who is going to believe in you?
nobody.
So I really appreciate that. Yeah, I really appreciate that, because like, I think when we're on the journey, sometimes we feel that like everybody's going to believe in us, and when we don't get that belief, it brings us down. And
Yeah,
I just want to let others know, and you said it yourself, that you're going to get those no's, but it's that will that you have to have inside of you to bring yourself back up and keep defining who you are as
yeah.
a person, as your brand, or whatever it is you're doing.
Mhm. I got this theory, right?
So,
So if you want to know,
hmm
like, if you're at that point where you really don't care what nobody
hmm
say, when you get to that point, it's like a ultimate sense of focus. You see what I'm saying? Nothing really bothers you.
hmm
Nothing matters. Whether if your mom don't like it, or your dad don't like it, your auntie don't like it, nothing matters. You know what I'm saying? Because the focus is on you perfecting what you think somebody else don't like. You know what I'm saying? That's the time you should spend on
right,
just perfecting yourself.
because you don't get it the first time, do you?
No, you never get it.
And
Like we,
it's
if we be realistic, we got to give ourselves more grace and say like we never get it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got this
hmm
keen sense of complacency, we're never gonna get it.
hmm
Because you always want to go higher and higher. I think that's just something all entrepreneurs are plagued with. Staying up at night thinking of things. Things like that. So yeah.
I like that. That's true. That's like, that's so true, because like, you don't ever get it, because our minds are always going like, hey, how can I make this better? I remember, back in 2020, before I went back to Boston, you did my video for me, my workout video.
Hmm.
And, I was like, this was amazing. And, I'm like, I want to keep going, but I was like, I know more. I got to keep doing more. And that was like, all right, you got to get out there and start training people. You got to get out there, putting yourself and showing people what you got to do. And even now today, like, I still got stuff that I got in my head that, I'm going to put out to the world. And that's something that, listeners, I want you to know that, like, as you're redefining yourself, as you're going through a season of transition, as you're going on this journey, like, where you think you want to go there, but then keep going, because you got to
You
keep
know,
going. And it's never gonna stop until, honestly, I don't know if I should say this, but agree with me or disagree with me, Leo, like, until you die, like, it's never gonna
yeah.
stop until you die. Like, you're gonna keep branding yourself, because you
No,
are a
no,
brand. And
because what happens is
you
it's
know
like if you're working for somebody, yeah, it stops at, retirement, things like that, But if you're trying to construct a business, it ain't gonna stop until you sell that business, until you ultimately, not here anymore. So,
right,
or if you
yeah.
quit.
And so tell me, right, if you quit, but like, even in that quitting, it might be like, okay, I see more for myself, so I got to keep going towards what I see. So
In fact,
that's definitely true. So in developing yourself and continuing to go, do you have anybody that you look up to, or mentor, or you learn different things about your craft that want to keep you like enlightened? Let me just say this: do you have mentors that help you expand in what you want to do?
um, I think every time I answer questions like this, I sound like a hard ass. G, but
No, be
I
real.
got,
Nope, this
I
is
got,
real. We are real here.
I got mentors that help me as a man, right? And that's
Okay.
the only
hmm
guidance that I personally allow myself to seek. Because I am a true
Okay.
creator and I'm trying to formulate something that's never been done before. I don't know what I'm going to become, right?
Okay.
I
Okay.
practice not having mentors for my vision. You see what I'm saying? So I have mentors for my own personal development because I got to personally develop, and maybe theoretically that helps me with my business, right? So if
Right.
I need something like I want to know about business credit or things like that, well, okay, of course, cool, yeah, I go give me some mentors. But I
Right.
truly believe no one should have a mentor for their own vision. It doesn't make sense.
Ooh, I like.
And I
But I
think that's
like that.
a lot of us are failing like that, right? Because we see somebody, like for example, I teach marketing and branding class, right? So somebody would say, okay, well, I'm going to take his class because he has accomplished this.
Right.
That doesn't mean nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't think people should have. I don't think people should have business coaches. That's business coaches are fine. Business coaches are fine, but vision mentors, no, that doesn't make sense. Kanye got a mentor? No, Kanye's Kanye. You feel what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
mm,
You're just being you
that's all.
and
That's
just
all.
learning. Like I like what you said about being a better man because, like, for me, I'm learning, like, as I'm growing older. There's things that I want to learn to become a better woman. So I really do like, that aspect because, like you said, like we're the ones that know our visions. Like we can explain it all day to somebody else, and they're gonna put what they see we should do in it. So
If they was
I
us,
like what right. If they
so if
were
you
us,
was
I
me,
would do
you'll
it
tell
this
me
way.
what's best to do. Yeah, yeah, you'll do it that way, right? That doesn't make any sense. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. It
Hmm.
doesn't add up. So I don't know.
And I like that you said that, and I think I understood that early because I mean, I have a twin. My listeners know now I have a twin, right? So, and she's a creative just like you. So telling her stuff is kind of hard because she's like,
But,
I have a vision, but she automatically thinks, okay, I got to go to that, like, you need to do
mhm.
it this type of way. And I'm
Yeah, cause
like, okay, yeah,
yeah, cause it's like if you give me your vision, I can't mentor you, but I can give you a plan of execution, right?
right,
So my delivery of I guess guidance and help would be steps on how to achieve it, which you don't really need, right? Because
right,
who's to say that my steps is going to work for you? So I can
right,
never
right,
really help you
right,
ever.
right.
I can give you all information, of course, but I cannot help you. I can't, So
And that's important, y'all. Like in redefining and going through the journey, just understanding that, be you. Just be you. Seek what you want, like in regards to, like, who you want to become, but don't really like expect somebody to, be able to create something for you. You know
yeah,
what you want. Yeah, exactly. You cannot. You know what you want. Like, I want to learn how to, and I'll be real because I'm real on this show. I'm learning as I walk into this 30, like as I walk into 30, I want to, my appearance wise, be more feminine. So I am seeking people to help me with different things to help me become more feminine. But like, I can't, I have to learn how to apply my makeup in a certain way. I can't always have somebody to do it for me, if that
right,
makes
right,
sense. So, there's things that I have to teach myself, and that's a part of going through the journey. You have to have that willingness to be you, but not allow others to do it for you because you
yeah,
are the only one that knows your vision. So, I appreciate you
right.
saying that. Now, it's not, we're realness over here, and I'm real. So I truly appreciate you just saying that. It's not hard. I like that. Thank you so much for that.
No problem.
Can you tell me, if you had somebody listening and they're just like, I hear y'all with, like, branding yourself. I hear you with, being myself, but I need some advice on somebody that is struggling to knowing that there's more. They feel it, but they're just like, ugh, like, I don't know how to move forward. What's some
I
advice that you can give?
I think the main advice. I think with all of this is to be present. A
Mm.
lot of us are not present, right? So we're thinking about the past and we're thinking about the future because
Mm-hmm.
we got to stay calculated. We got to do this because if I don't do this, it's not going to work, right? We got to
Right.
think about the present. So we're not present. That causes our mind to like run this way, this way, this way. You're thinking to yourself, hey, I need to be here by here, and here is right now, and I'm not there yet, so I'm failing. How do
Right.
you know that?
Right.
Like, how do you know? And I'm only speaking from a place because I believe I've been on. I started this particular journey a long time ago, right? So I honestly think I'm at the point of my career where it's like, okay, cool. I've done a lot, so I can look back and say, you know what? All those times in the beginning where I was tripping,
Mm-hmm.
thinking like, hey, I supposed to have this, I supposed to have this. I ain't even had did that yet. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I can look
Yeah.
back and say, I ain't even did that yet. So I was
Right.
tripping for no reason. Not knowing that every step was like very intricate to the whole plot.
To the
I
point.
used to stay after hours at the SAC,
Mm-hmm.
the Echo Center, right, with the Mac Lab. I
Mm-hmm.
used to force myself there, and I'd be there till like 2 in the morning. I would do that almost every day of my collegiate career, from like the my sophomore year to when I graduated.
Mm-hmm.
Now I say to myself, when I get on the computer and I can go on Premiere Pro and Photoshop and everything is just like super fast. I
Mm-hmm.
started a long time ago.
Right.
But a long time ago when I sat down, I said to myself, I ain't gonna never learn this shit. It's too many buttons. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Because
I do.
I wasn't being present. Instead of saying like, okay, cool, I learned this button yesterday, but I can do it again. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? Like we gotta give ourselves more grace. And it's only because we living in this instant gratification generation, which is social media.
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
we want everything instant. If we post this and we don't get 50 likes, 100 likes, we fail. How? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It don't make sense.
Those 50
No.
people those 50 people you never know needed that. Those 50 people liked it for a reason, and
Yeah.
they're like, I needed you. I
So
I
you know,
used to do motivation, and like people were like, I stopped for a period of time, and
mm,
I had people reach out like, why'd you stop? And I was just like, oh, y'all really like that? And
and
they're
look
like,
now, gotta be
gotta
careful.
keep.
Gotta be careful though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So within this journey of social media and everything like that, you
Mm-hmm.
stopped because you didn't want to do it at that time anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring it back because people miss it.
Right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Then you
Mm.
become a slave. You feel me?
Mm.
Now you
Okay.
only posting it. Now you only posting because you know that people miss it.
Right.
Okay. Once I feel like in my head I want to do it, I'm gonna go do it. And guess what? Y'all still be here. I'm not gonna lose y'all.
Right.
You see what I'm
And
saying?
honestly, I didn't bring it back when they wanted me to. I brought it back when God told me to. Cause like
There you
honestly,
go.
Leah,
That's what
I
I'm
went
getting
through
at.
yeah, I brought it back when God wanted me to. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I'm gonna give a testimony. Like, you don't even know this. I'm gonna give a testimony. You don't even know this, Leo. Um, you don't even know this, but I'm gonna just say this: like, you got to work on God's timing, because if we're trying to work on the world's timing on when we're trying to do stuff, there's a reason I stopped doing my stuff, and that was because I was going through life and I needed to
Mhm.
focus on me. But when I brought it back, everything that people have been hearing, that's all God talking. Sometimes I just talk, and I'm talking from what God is telling me to tell the people, and based off of my own experiences. You know, we always think that we have to be at a place at a certain time, um and be on a certain pathway, but that's not the case. When you had your brunch, matter of fact, let me just break it down for y'all. I thought I was supposed to be doing a certain career, and I was allowing that career to control me, and in that I wasn't doing my passion. And then one day I got fired. They fired me. And that same day, I reached out to you. I said, I want to be a vendor. And I was scared. I was like, I don't know if I could be a vendor. Like, these people don't know me. Like, I'm going to just try it. He was like, I got you, G. Then the day got closer. Did what I had to do. I was like, I'm going to just make my juices. How about I sold all of my juices? Sold all my juices. And that went from me just taking a step and not really like doing what people said I should have done. Oh, you need to do it this way. You need to make sure you market it this way. You need to make sure I put
Yeah.
myself out there, and I was like, God, I'm gonna let you work. And sometimes that's what redefining your life is about. Not sometimes, really, that's what redefining your life is about. Is
100%.
allowing God to just take the lead. You already got the vision. Only He knows the vision, and letting Him just take that lead and letting Him go with it. That's what I've learned from.
That's called staying poised.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? We need discipline. And not discipline in the sense of like, oh, I gotta wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I gotta do no discipline with ourselves. We gotta be
mm,
nicer to ourselves and give ourselves more grace. Once we
mm,
understand that, we become more calmer in decisions we make. Not made on frantic time. It's made with a conscious mind. We gotta
mm.
slow our mind completely down. This entrepreneurship, can I curse on here?
Yeah,
Stuff.
you can. We're real. We're
Oh,
real.
this entrepreneurship shit is hard. Everybody
Mhm.
tell me you make it look easy. No, I just know I gotta keep going. That's it. You know, if that looks easy, then do it. You feel me? I want to cry every night. Shit is hard. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then I honestly think people are just not working hard enough on themselves. Right? We're
Mm,
focusing on likes, shares, money. We're not focusing on ourselves up here. You see what I'm saying? We got so much trauma formulated from all different types of life situations that we think we can just start a business in the midst of all that. No, we gotta analyze ourselves. And what happens is that age of 20, 28, 29, 30, we start getting scared. Like, oh shit, 30's coming up, and it's like, oh well, I'm 30. I don't have this. I don't have this. I don't have this. So
right.
you 30, and you can say you 30. You know what I'm saying? Life is a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, every day you can turn it on. You say, okay, cool. This is what I want to do. Anything you want to do, you can go do it, G. I promise. Besides,
Right.
like, say, hey, I want to be a millionaire tomorrow,
Right.
and then after tomorrow. Now, if you can do that, I'll do another interview with you. For sure. Yeah, I need that.
Hey, we're gonna get that in too because no, but like you're right. Like we just this microwave, this social media and microwave generation is just like had made us so like dependent on that, and that's where we've gone to flaw. And we really just got to trust ourselves and realize that there's gonna be days we cry. There's gonna be days that we don't feel like doing stuff, but we have to keep getting up and we have to keep going.
Yeah,
And that's literally a part of redefining your life and the journey in itself. It's an ongoing process. Every day you wake up, you have the opportunity to define your destiny.
that's
Like
fact.
you do. And anybody that tells you you don't, like they need to get their stuff together.
And no,
And
they facts. Like,
yeah.
I would never look at anybody and say, hey, man, you don't deserve to do that.
Mm,
Hey, man, why you doing it? My whole life, right?
mm-hmm,
Before I got to Aiken, transparently speaking,
mm-hmm,
I was making music or whatever. So my whole
mm-hmm,
life, I was like always doing something, right? So everybody always trying to tell me, who do you think you are? What are you doing? And just you remember how they used to do me on Yik Yak now?
oh
Oh
yeah.
my God. No, but it's just speaking about those times, that used to really hurt my feelings. You know what
Mm-hmm,
I'm saying? Just me as an older man looking at that. I was a
mm-hmm,
kid just trying to do exactly what people glorify me doing today. It's
right.
crazy. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I wish I can go back to that kid and say, you know what? You a strong motherfucker. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's like you
Right.
got to ignore all of that
Mm-hmm.
and keep
Yeah.
going. Everybody around you joking on you, laughing at you, not supporting on purpose, but at the same time, you got people supporting. So you're trying to figure out like which one outweighs the bad
Mm-hmm.
the whole time. None of it really matters. It's just
Right.
fruits of your labor. So only thing you
Right.
gotta do is keep working. So you get rotten fruit and ripe fruit from working. You see what I'm saying? You got people that hate you. You gotta have people that love you. What you focus on? Neither one. Just do the work.
Do the
That's
work.
it. Just do the work. That's where
Yeah.
I'm at with it, G. For sure.
And that's that's gems right there. Just do the work. And gems in the sense of like that's knowledge, because a lot of people just think it's gonna come to them, but no, it's like doing the work and realizing that preparation produces progress. And
Oh
like
yeah.
that's where your success is gonna come. Like whatever you're looking for, how that might look like. People used to laugh at me when I started my weight loss, journey and fitness journey. Why you getting up at 5 o'clock going to the gym? Why you not eating this? Why you not eating this? Why you doing this type of food? But at the end of the day, now I can tell people what's good for them. Those were
Right.
hard. I love sweets. I love sweets. But I can tell you how to make sweets that are good for you. So like, I had to go through a journey too, and we all got this own journey. You just got to tap into what's for you and not try to
That's
be like
fact.
everybody else. That's the thing. So, I think that's my biggest takeaway, and just I appreciate it so much, because I think that this was powerful, just as we're in this season of intentionality. You got to be you got to give it to God, be you, embrace the season that you're in, and remember daily that only you define your destiny. heal
That's fact.
within heal within, because you can't do anything without healing, and understand that means doing work and being disciplined.
That's facts. That's
Yep.
facts.
Yep. So um, I want to just say thank you so much to the people, to you most importantly, but to the people, embrace your journey. Thank you to
Fact.
you. I'm gonna drop your information, because you do other things. I want to put you out there. You do a lot of things that I think that people will benefit from. Photography. You do films. You do a lot. You do events.
Yeah.
You do a
I'm trying to figure out what I am. So I can
you
put it
do a
on
lot.
on the resume. For sure.
You're creative. You're creative. Look,
That's what
you could just do it all. Just say that. I can do it all. What you
I
need?
can't do manual labor though.
Now,
Like I'm
okay.
not a manual. I can't mount a TV.
Okay.
Things like
I can't
that. You know,
I
it's
can't do
all
that
good.
either. Yeah. Well, you
Yeah,
have your niches, but I'm gonna let the people reach out to you. Because I want people to give you some love. Definitely drop your Cash App in the notes for me when you send it to me.
for
We're gonna
sure. For
show you
sure.
some love. We're gonna show you some love. And thank you so much for being on a journey with Giselle, where we just define our best selves and become our best self through learning more about our fitness and our wellness and redefining who we are. It's
Yep.
been a pleasure, and much, much, much love and peace.